Hello, Top 10 Rivalry. It is that time. It's Thursday. And what does Thursday mean? Thursday means we're going to unravel baseball. Mike, are you ready to unravel some baseball?
I'm always ready to unravel baseball with you, Bill.
I am. Listen, we had Ashley on Monday this week talking to American League. You guys came up because, well, let's face it, you guys were playing the Tigers this week. You guys came up. On Tuesday, we
Sure.
had an Orioles fan named Kyle on. On Wednesday, we did a way back Wednesday where we pulled something out from 10 months ago. And then now it's this. So let's do it, Mike. We gotta start though. Gotta start in your hood. So talk to me about how the heck
Yeah.
um talk to me about what's going on with Boston.
Well, first of all, I think our bullpen is starting to fall apart a little bit. Blown a couple of games late recently. Uh and finally, Tanner Houck mysteriously is on the IL. He's been getting absolutely shelled all year. There's something going on with him. They need to figure it out because man, it's been tough. I think he had one good start that you sent me a text message. Oh, Hulk is having a good start finally. Besides that, it's been deplorable. I think the Red Sox just finished getting swept out by the Tigers,
Yep.
which is for this year not surprising because they're very good this year. The Tigers, they are young, they are hungry.
Mhm.
I'll shout out our friend Harmony. Uh, but I'm also wearing my Uke t-shirt today for Harmony
For
because
Harmony. Woo!
she gave me a little business during last week's TIH by heads up break, during the live about making fun of Uke, which I wasn't. I love Kevin Youkilis.
The
I'll
uh
reiterate that. So
so
I'm
Mike,
like an elephant. Steam crap over here. Don't forget. I hold this straight
there you go, Harmony. Take
honestly.
that. No,
All
it
right.
was funny. Mike, it
Big
was funny because
Tariq School.
on on Tuesday morning on the morning show, um, we had Leslie on. I mean, and you know Leslie, she's a Red Sox fan.
Oh
So we
yeah.
played Star
Yeah.
One Bench One Cut One, and I put Tanner Houck in there. She cut Tanner Houck, and
I would cut her up in a sec.
I said, is that eight? Is that eight? 0.04 ERA? Harming you? Is that what's going on here? I mean, does that bother you? And people are making comments,
Yes.
low blow, Bill, low blow. The truth,
Yes, that would bother me.
the truth.
Yes. Uh yeah, so uh you know, the Red Sox, they're right where they're gonna be. The people just above them and below them are not what we thought it would be. The Blue Jays are what are they, a game and a half above the Red Sox. The Orioles are obviously sitting in the basement of the AL East, but the Red Sox are right there, smack dab in the middle of the AL East, which is where we kind of thought that they would still be. If they can figure out a little bit of pitching, the offense has been pretty good. Obviously the continued drama with Raffy is going on here. Is he going to play in the field? Does he want to get traded? Is he going to stay the DH? Every day there's a new headline about Raffy Devers and what he's saying. Uh, so we're just riding the roller coaster right now here in Boston with the Red Sox.
I brought that up with Leslie, and she's like, I really don't, because I think she's got a 20 game package, and I think she's gone to a lot of the fan fest stuff. So she's like kind
Sure.
of integrated, so I don't want to get involved. So I told her, I said, just shake your head up and down, yes, or side to side, no. But I'm old school, and I look at it like this: you're my employee, you'll do as I tell you. And she shook her head, yes. I said, that's enough. That's all we need to know.
Right.
I mean,
And I think that's the kind of the way that Breslow and Cora kind of look at it, like that's what he should want to do also. Whatever is best for the team. I saw what did I saw a funny comparison the other day about Raffy and Manny, right? Because Manny was kind of this way where, like he'd not be happy with something, and Red Sox fans would be upset with Manny, and then he'd go and hit like a 425-foot home run, and like everything would be right in the world. Uh, and that's kind of like what's going on with Raffy, right? I think he has like an 880 OPS right now, which is crazy, which is great, especially considering the start that he had with all the strikeouts and everything, but like Manny Manny was proven, and Raffy has just kind of been spinning his wheels,
Hmm.
which is why Manny could be Manny, but Raffy is, you know, he might want a one way ticket out of town, and I don't think too many people are going to be worried about that
Where he
happening.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. My only comment to that, Mike, and I've said it a number of different places, is baseball is very much a fraternity and now a sorority with, GMs being females and stuff like that. It's very much,
sure.
but it's very tight. Players are very tight. Ownership, executives are very tight. You tell ownership, I'm not going to do this. Well, you're making it really hard for me to trade you
Yeah,
because what team is going to want somebody? I'm not going to play with that. No, 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 no,
yeah,
no, no.
and I like I'll be kind of honest. Like I haven't been listening to the radio up here very much lately.
Yeah.
Uh, but Raffy has never been like a very outspoken
Mhm.
guy. And he tends to kind of like play the uh lost in translation game a little bit. So I don't
Now,
know if it's that kind of I don't
now
know
he
if it's that kind
does.
of a situation or not, but
He didn't used to do that. Now, I feel like it's a now thing. Like, I really do. I feel like it's like he's trying to be that guy now. It's like, dude.
I guess, but I also think that there was a reason that like Raffy was never the like vocal leader
Mhm.
that they kind of like that the organization hoped and expected that he would be. And I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if that plays into it or not. But uh, yeah, I don't know. That's
So, so you guys have um, a 13 game or 14 games in a row. I'm sorry, 13 games in a row without a day off. Only three of them are away. But I'm going to read you the teams that you're playing and tell me what your thoughts are about these next 13 because this is leading up into you and I recording again.
yes,
Um, Play the Braves at home, who are pretty hot right now. The Mets, who are red hot. They can't seem to be doing a lot wrong. Then the Orioles for four, who the Orioles are a weird team. They go on these weird streaks, even though they're at the bottom right now. They're a very weird team. And then the Brewers for three in Baltimore. I'm sorry, in Milwaukee. What are your
yeah,
thoughts about that schedule?
yeah. I mean, obviously the Mets are world kind of world beaters right now, which is
Hmm.
awesome. Congratulations, Megan. Uh, um, so that'll definitely be a fun series. It's always fun to watch, these teams that are just playing the game at the highest level, right? Even if they're beating down your team. The Braves, the Orioles, the Brewers, they're all like these are a bunch of right now historic good teams that are kind of like in the middle of the pack, that are coming into their own. Minus the Mets, but it's the Orioles, Brewers, even the Angels, who they see after the Brewers. Um, so it's going to be kind of like a proving ground, kind of 2 or 3 weeks
Mhm.
for the Red Sox to really, really test and see like where they're at. It's going to be a good barometer for them. Uh,
It will be.
they should
It will.
they should probably go be about 500. I hate to be the guy that says, "Oh, they're just going to be 500," but I kind of think that that's where they're going to end up being. You have a series you can take with the Braves, probably lose to the Brewers, probably split with the Orioles, and probably lose the series to the Brewers. Honestly, the uh, but
Mhm.
it all depends on what how they kind of round it out. What they can figure out with the pitching, because not only has Houck really been struggling, but like Giolito hasn't been able to get back to well, Giolito has just been Giolito. We were hoping that he could be better, but he's just what he is,
Is
or
what it is.
what he has been.
Mhm.
Bueller is on the IL, right? So you, you have the kid out there who's been pretty good, Hunter Dobbins.
Mhm.
Don't know where you came from, but thank you because you've been a pretty solid piece. You probably never heard of Hunter Dobbins,
Yeah.
um, but he's been a pretty solid pitcher. Bayo is actually coming into his own. He's been pitching well, so like it's just like this up and down roller coaster for the Red Sox.
So Jared Duran is one of the statistics that people don't talk about with him, or at least enough. I mean, maybe they do in Boston. I don't know, but from a
Does he have the
national
most?
perspective,
Does he have the most leadoff home runs to break up a no hitter?
no,
In
no, not that one, not that one. 11 stolen bases,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so
I mean that's a
if you
huge part of
think
his game.
you times that out by, basically you guys are at just over 40 games. He times that out by four. If he doesn't slow down, then he's going to have about 45 stolen bases this season,
Yeah,
which
yeah. At
puts
least,
you in an elite category,
yeah.
which is something that I think that you guys desperately need, which I think is amazing. Um, Alex Bregman has been doing Alex Bregman things, the stuff that you hired him for,
Yep.
right? Um, Trevor Story has not come around with the bat yet, but he will. You already mentioned some of these other players. One of the things that I think is interesting. Did you realize that Garrett Crochet has 67 strikeouts leading your team, and the next closest person to him is Sean Newcomb at 37?
New Bedford Zone, Sean Newcomb.
I mean, they're separated by almost 30 strikes.
Yeah,
But when I
yeah,
saw that, I
yeah.
looked, I go, oh, I gotta ask Mike about this.
I mean,
Ooh.
obviously, we knew that Crochet was going to be that. This is who Crochet was going to be. This is why
Right.
he got the extension. This is why they gave up some really nice prospect capital to acquire him. Uh, in Montgomery and Teal and Bedroth, like those guys are all performing quite well in the White Sox organization right now. Uh, the rest is, you know, partially a product of Bayo hasn't played the full season where
Mhm.
Crochet has. I'm not saying that Bayo would be at 70 strikeouts, but he might be around 40. Uh,
Yeah, you're,
also,
you're absolutely right. If you doubled his
Bueller's
number, he'd
been
be at
hurt, but
about
he's also
34.
not a strikeout guy.
Mhm.
He's not. You know, he's all over the place. He's kind of a finesse guy at this point of his career, especially coming off injury, and now he's injured again. So Uh,
Yeah. Well,
that's not a surprising statistic.
what's interesting to me, and Mike, you and I talk about this all the time, right? You and I talk about you got to pitch good, you got to hit good. What's interesting to me is that your top five guys, as far as or top six guys, as far as innings pitched, three of them now are on the IL, and Tanner Houck, Walker Buehler, and Brennan Bale. So out of your top six guys innings pitched, three out of the six, which is that's going to hurt. I mean, trust me, you don't have to say anything. The Dodgers are getting killed with pitching now, absolutely murdered with pitching. So I get it, but that to me, that's just an interesting statistic, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, for some reason, they just can't keep them on the field.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. Okay, we've covered the Red Sox. Let's go back to the MLB. There's some interesting statistics that I want to run through with you, and just get your rapid fire opinion. So I'm going to pull up stuff um, as of yesterday when I looked this up. Game started yesterday. Colorado Rockies have played 42 games. They won seven. They're on pace currently to win 28 games. That's
They
pretty
need a
bad.
new manager.
Yeah, and they just fired the manager. But
Yeah.
the run differential, and they play in a ballpark that is conducive to runs. The run differential, Mike, negative 132.
They're just not good, Bill. They're just like
That's
they're so like who plays for the Rockies, right? Who plays for the Rockies? Ezekiel Tovar is
huh?
probably their best player right now.
Kyle Freeland.
Ace Cowboy Kyle Freeland, sure, yes.
Okay, but
But
Tobar is a close second. Yes.
yeah, right. I'm talking offense right
Okay,
now,
okay,
right?
okay, okay, okay.
Offensively, right?
Yeah.
So you have a you had what you thought was going to be a really good power bat in the middle of the lineup in Toglia, and he has
Mhm.
sucked. Right. Besides that, you don't have anybody. You got a kid named Aaron Shunk, right? You lost. They lost their heart and soul. He retired, and they haven't been able to replace it. So they're just like an empty shell right now. I'm gonna just keep talking in cliches. Now I'm
Well,
gonna look and actually see who's on their team.
so Mickey
And
Moniak is on their team.
Mickey Moniak
Um,
or Brenton Doyle. Brenton Doyle, he's pretty good. Jordan Beck, he's pretty good. Hunter Goodman, he can be pretty good.
Farmer.
Sure. Kyle Farmer, former Dodger legend.
Or Dutchlands.
Adele Amador, this kid's got some potential, but like, man, Scott Alexander, another former Dodger legend.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, I mean, they got a bunch of kids that. I mean, Mickey Moniak was a former number one overall pick. He's been on seven organizations since 2016 when he got drafted, right?
yeah.
Um, they're they're just not good. They're just not good. Like
No.
they're were like the Red Sox last year were just not good, and they are worse than the Red Sox were last year. This is
Well,
like this is like bordering on 2024 Chicago White Sox bad.
yeah, exactly. Which it's funny that you mentioned the White Sox because they're four. Again, these guys, everybody, these are. I looked these up Wednesday before we recorded because we record so early on Thursday morning that I'm not going to remember these stats. So forgive me before that. White Sox were 14 and 29 starting Wednesday. They won three in a row. But what's interesting about them is their first week and a half, 2 weeks of the season, everybody was looking at them and said, "Oh no, they're going to be worse than they were last year." I remember Ashley telling me, "Hey, when they went into Detroit, the games weren't even competitive." They are competing now at a different level. It would not surprise me if they had less than 100 losses this season, which would be a huge feat considering what they did last season, right? You lose 121 games. Uh,
I mean,
yeah,
looking at their roster, it is much, much better than,
Colorado.
at least on paper, than Colorado, right? I mean,
Hmm.
tell me if you know these names, Bill. Um, Miguel Vargas,
Dodger legend.
right? Um, so Lubob, right? We love
Bob.
Lubob.
Yeah,
All his steals and his 143 batting average.
I know.
But they have this kid Edgar Quero, who's a great prospect for them behind the plate. Uh, they have some veteran, some guys who have been there. Michael Taylor, he's not a guy that a lot of people like would glom onto, but this is a guy that's been in the league for she's 10 or 12 years almost. There's a reason that he's still played when you there's a reason you still play for that long. Just because you're a professional player. And he's a good influence on this team. Uh, I already mentioned Chase Muldroth. He's playing really well. Uh, and then they have some solid young pitching uh, as well. Jared Schuster, Shane Burke. Uh, you know, these are guys that uh, Shane Smith. These are guys that have made their way through the minor league system, uh, and are now like kind of poised and ready to go, uh, and to make an impact. And you know there are still bumps in this Chicago White Sox road, but uh, they're okay.
So it's funny that you mentioned Lubov because we talked about him on Monday with American League with Ashley. He's got all these stolen bases. So Ashley looked it up on Baseball Savant to try to figure out what the heck is going on with him. Like why, he's obviously taking more walks. He's striking out a little less. But so she found something interesting in his statistics. That his swing and miss rate on the deuce is a lot worse than it was last year, and his
Oh,
connection rate with the fastball is a lot better. So he's turning into Pedro Serrano.
I was
Like,
gonna say, so he's Serrano.
yeah, straight ball I hit very much. Curveball bats are
Like
afraid.
ball.
Yeah,
That's no like ball.
yes, I I offered Jago or
It all comes back to
Jagu
Major
or
League. It always comes back to Major League.
yes, I I offer him cigar and rum. He will come.
He will
Oh
come.
man, too awesome, too awesome. Obviously the Twins are on fire right now. Not a team that a
Yes,
lot of
10
people
in a
talk
row.
about. Um, you know what scares me, you being an American League guy, you know what scares me, Mike, is I would not have said this at the beginning of the season. I would not have said this at the beginning of the season. But the way that the A's are playing baseball right now, the way the A's are playing baseball right now, the American League East could be win or go home because you may end up having
I
two,
mean,
you may end up having
yeah.
two,
I mean,
maybe
looking
three
at the
people.
standings, the AL East is the garbage division in the American League.
You and I would have never thunk that at the beginning of the season.
I mean, the Yankees are barely hanging on if they're in a different division.
Mhm. Well, they're in second place. They're in first place in the American League West. They're in second place, tied with the Guardians
Tied,
for
yeah.
and they'd be 3.5 back in the Central. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
You could have three teams in the Central besides for the division leader, or the A's come in behind the division leader, remember going into Wednesday's game, the Mariners, the A's, and the Astros are all separated by one game. One
Yep.
game.
And the Rangers.
Game and a half. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is ridiculous. And the Angels are not playing very good baseball, and they're only 5.5 out.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is baseball at its finest right now.
It's been a good start. It's been a great start so far, and it's been fun to see, the different uh some different teams. And I'm telling you, these kids in the ATH are for
Mhm.
real.
They
And they're
trust me, they're
exciting.
they're playing America's team
It's
last
an
night. And
exciting brand of baseball uh for the ATH.
yeah, trust me, last night they were playing America's team, the Dodgers, and I was watching it, and they like beat them like 11-1. It was pretty bad. Why are you shaking your head when I say America's team? I mean, I'm trying to make it easier for you. You're a Red Sox fan. You can't let the Yankees be America's team. I'm trying to take it off your
I'm
plate.
man, I'm looking at this roster and I'm like
Hmm.
impressed.
The A's are
I
good.
mean,
The,
Tyler Soderstrom is crushing it. Uh, this kid, Nick Kurtz, this kid is the real deal. He just, prospect just got called up a couple weeks ago. He's killing it. I mean, Lawrence Butler, do not let him on base.
the A's are good.
Mason Miller, do not get into the ninth inning with the behind.
No, the A's, honestly, the A's are good. Jackson had predicted them to win the West. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I don't know if
I
I go
mean,
that
they are a strong wild card contender.
far. Hmm. Now,
Strong card contender.
mind you, everybody, we're talking about this in May. We still have a lot of baseball left to go. So, speaking
JP
of baseball,
Sears. Let's talk about JP Sears.
absolutely.
Kid's great.
Yeah. Speaking about baseball, before we get any further into the show, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Mike and I, Heads Up Sports Cards and Top 10 Rivalry, do a box break every other week together. And Mike is always so good at picking mixers, picking different types of products that people would love. Very competitive prices. So they they get dropped every Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time. And obviously, if you know what the 27 Outs Club is, you know that you get 24-hour early access. But forget that for a second. Mike and I do this together. It's so much fun. Go and we always have something fun as a giveaway. So, Mike, can we say any more about that? I mean, I just think it's super cool that we're doing this.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's such a fun way to bring the top fan rivalry community together. Uh, it's something tangible. That we can all share with the baseball cards and everything. And I can't even begin to explain the amount of player knowledge and player awareness from guys around the league that being involved in the baseball card hobby has given me.
Uh-huh.
I have not just been focusing on the Red Sox,
Hmm.
which is why I can talk about Nick Kurtz and know who this kid is, because unless
Hmm.
you're following the Nomads, you probably don't know who he is unless you just played the A's also. Um, so so much fun collecting baseball cards and enjoying this hobby. It's been awesome to be able to bring it to the top fan community. And you know what, Bill? Uh, this Monday, we're going to be ripping a product that I've never ripped before. And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, yeah, I am too. I am so excited about this product, and it's Mike. It's fun because you are absolutely right. If you're a fan of your team, go and buy your team. If your team sold out, go buy another team, whatever. But I mean, listen, when the Dodgers were playing the Nationals, I got so excited because I knew who James Wood was. I knew who
Yep.
Dylan Cruz was. Like these are guys that you're going to hear on the All-Star teams in a few years. Probably not this year, but probably in a few years you're going to hear about these guys. You got rookie cards for them everywhere. It's
You might
amazing.
see James Wood on the All-Star team this year.
It depends on who the token national is that is going to be represented. But you may, but definitely you're going to see both of those guys on all-star teams in the very near future, and probably pretty consistently,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
And so, no,
Definitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody the sneak peek, I think, Bill, and let them know what we got coming.
let's do it. Let's go.
So on for this coming Monday and on Friday, the teams drop at 3 p.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. Make sure you mark that count on the calendar, set an
Yep,
alarm.
yep.
We have one of our favorite products we're starting off with. It's a blaster box of 2024 Heritage high number. So this has Paul Skeens rookies, the Jacksons rookies. That's Churio, Holiday, Merrill, Shota, and Minaga. There's just a plethora. Wyatt Langford, a huge checklist of big rookies in this product. This box in particular, the blaster box, has exclusive green parallels that you can only get in these blaster boxes. And then we're definitely looking for some image variations, some chrome variations, numbered stuff. Love numbered stuff, uh, limited print run, and everything like that. But the main feature product that we're breaking on Monday is 2024 Panini Prospect Edition. If you're familiar with baseball cards at all, this is very similar to their contenders product of the past. But this box features 6 autographs of some of the game's best and brightest future stars. Uh, it's very similar to to Bowman for the Panini product. So it's going to have names like names that you're going to want to know in the future. Jack Caglione. If you do not know who this kid is for Kansas City, go watch him play for the Blue Rocks, and he hits that ball real far. This kid hits bombs. Travis Bazana for the Cleveland Guardians, huge prospect. Charlie Condon for the Colorado Rockies. Maybe he's the saving grace for Colorado. Maybe he's the heart and soul that needs to get transplanted into this team to get them up and running and going. We will find out in the near future about this kid. And there are plenty more prospects. Nick Kurtz is in this product as well, the kid we were just talking about for Oakland. And finally, the last thing that I'll say to try and sell this product for us is this is the product that features one of Panini's most sought after cards. It is the Kaboom. If you're not familiar with the Kaboom, go search on eBay and see what these cards uh, are valued at. Is the Kabooms. So I'm super excited. Grab a team, grab your team, grab another team, grab a random team, throw a
Flip somebody's
dartboard,
team, whatever you got to do.
throw a dart, and pick a team. It's going to be a ton of fun on Monday. I always have a ton of fun with you, Bill, and maybe we'll have another guest host. I don't know. Maybe.
We're 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 actually working on that right now. We're
All
actually
right. I'm
working on
super
that
excited.
as we speak. There's a couple people that have mentioned that they'd be interested in it, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
We love that. Love that.
A lot of fun. All right, so Mike, as we wrap up this episode, so that we can get everybody to their Thursdays, is there anything else we've talked about the Red Sox? We've talked about some of the teams that are lights out or like can't afford to turn the lights on,
Yeah. Right.
and we've we've talked about some of the stats. I mean, I'm almost wondering if the Rockies are going to pass around like a collection plate, like you get at a church, to hey, free electricity. Like, hey, when you guys catch the ball in the stands, we need those back. Okay,
Yeah.
we still
Right.
need to
We
play
need those.
the
Yeah.
game. We need those back.
Right. Oh man. Um, I don't have anything, Bill. I hate to be that guy that's got nothing, but right now I got nothing. So I'm just gonna be looking forward to watching the Red Sox play in some really meaningful series over the next couple of weeks.
Yes,
Enjoy
yes,
watching what's going on. Hopefully they move Tanner Houck to the 60-day IL real soon, with a broken pinky nail finger. Uh, and and yeah, it's turning into a good season. It's competitive out there, and
no,
that's what's the best.
Pinky now. Yep, 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 yep. So, awesome. Well, Mike, I always love doing this with you. I love talking the product. I cannot wait for the box break. If you guys missed it, go out there, go to topfanrivalry.com, get yourself in the box break. We do them every other week. Top Fan does. Mike does them almost every night with Heads Up Sports Cards. Every other week we partner up. And then every week we do one as well with Top Fan. So get yourself in there and let's make it happen. Mike, besides for Instagram, where does everybody else find you as well?
Oh, find me on Facebook at Heads Up Sports Cards. That's where I drop my nightly breaks. You can jump on in there and join an exclusive club, an exclusive group of like-minded baseball card
Yes.
enthusiasts. Uh, we just have a ton of fun, and Bill, if I said I didn't pull huge cards for people, I'd be lying. It happens all the time.
Trust me, I've seen it. We watched Jackson Cheerio come out. We pulled a jersey relic for Aaron Judge last week. I mean, and what people don't understand about collecting in the hobby, and what they don't understand about box breaking is real simple. Box breaking is cheaper way to get it done, but
Yeah.
you may see some guys in this prospect edition. You may look and go, whatever, Joe, whatever is probably going to make something of it. Well, maybe he does, and in 15 years, you're holding his rookie card, and next thing you know, that box break that cost you $6 or $8 or $10 or $15 to get into, that card's worth $300 or $400.
Oh yeah.
Tell me
Yep.
that that's not
All
a
the
return
time.
on investment.
I'll tell you a quick antidote here, Bill. In 20 in 2013, I opened a couple packs of cards. I got
Hmm?
some refractors. I put them in a binder. Had them in my closet. And then in 2017, this kid named Aaron Judge got called up to the major league roster for the Yankees, and he hit home runs all over the place. I went back and I said, I think I have some cards of this guy, literally in a 9-page binder, two Aaron Judge first Bowman refractors, which at the time that I got them, didn't think much of it. They're $400 each.
That's the way to do it. The way to do it right there. That is absolutely the way to do it right there. I love it, Mike. I love it.
Happens all the time.
So, well, you and I gotta get back on this and get in 2 weeks. And I've got some stuff that we might want to do that might be a little bit of fun. So I'll keep you posted on that. But man, I'm super excited. I'm super excited, Mike. Let's just keep going and let's enjoy baseball. Go Red Sox, go Dodgers. Life's good, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, talk to everybody soon. Enjoy your Thursday or your quote unquote Friday Eve, as some people like to
Yes,
call things.
Friday Eve.
So talk to everybody
Enjoy,
soon.
everyone. Have a good week. And
Bye.